In many ways, Splatoon 2 feels like the first game with a new coat of paint. But considering how fun this colorful team-based shooter is, and that a lot of people missed it on the Wii U, that's not a bad thing. Despite some questionable choices that can leave you trapped in matchmaking purgatory, new additions like a seriously addicting co-op mode give you plenty of reasons to come back. Like its predecessor, Splatoon 2 has a visually striking and fun emphasis on territory control as you use ink-based weapons to splatter both enemies and the ground alike. Controlling the map is important because you're far more mobile in your own territory and you can submerge to replenish your ammo, creating lots of opportunities for interesting strategies. Going hand in hand with Splatoon 2's wealth of weapons is gear that provides both style and bonuses in combat. You can swap around abilities to align better with your playstyle, or you can try your luck at unlocking different bonuses to replace the old ones. The quest to craft the perfect gear to suit my needs has kept me more invested than I was in the first Splatoon. Splatoon 2 brings back a very familiar 6-hour single-player campaign that, with some exceptions, follows the style of its predecessor almost to the letter. It's a bit hand-holdy, but there are some fun new mechanics to play with in missions. The most significant improvement over Splatoon is that you can try out each of the weapon types. Splatoon 2 has everything from the first game and some great new ones, like the fast-firing dualies. So it's nice to have a way to learn about their potential before you jump online. When you do, you can queue up for 8-player modes like Turf War. This welcoming mode is great for beginners and veterans alike because of its simple yet entertaining concept of competing to ink the most territory in 3 minutes. No two matches ever feel the same because the battlefield hotspots are constantly changing, and getting behind enemy lines to ink their territory can win the day. Besides Turf Wars, ranked and league battles are where more precise and objective-based modes like Splat Zone, Tower Control, and Rainmaker await. Even though ranked battles rotate between modes every few hours, each of them challenge me in different ways and finish quickly enough to keep stalemates from getting boring. Each mode also has their own ranking system, which was helpful for seeing which modes I'm best at and where I need to improve. The only real problems I've encountered so far are in the lobby, when starting a new game and continuing on afterwards. Once you're in, nobody can leave or do anything else until either the match fills up or the timer runs out. Even if your group does fill up fast, you're still left with the problem of being unable to swap out weapons and gear between matches. After playing with a great group and leveling up, the last thing I want to do is ditch them to equip a new pair of shoes. The new Salmon Run is an excellent and addicting cooperative mode in which you and up to 3 others must fight off waves of enemies while collecting golden eggs. The fantastic boss salmonids have distinct looks that help you assess threats quickly, which is essential to taking them out before you get overwhelmed. Plus, the randomized nature of Salmon Run's relentless waves and special conditions kept me coming back to see what would happen next. Playing locally with friends is a blast, but also highlighted how communication is key to survival. Fortunately, with Nintendo's new companion app, you can create voice chat groups with friends on your phone, but there are several problems. You can only chat with friends in certain modes, and while chatting, your phone screen has to stay on and can't be used for anything else. And speaking of bizarre catches, online co-op can only be played on certain days during certain times, which is truly frustrating considering just how fun it is. Why would you do that, Nintendo? There's a lot to love in Nintendo's latest iteration of its quirky shooter, especially the way it emphasizes splatting the ground just as much as it does inking your opponents. The new additions to its single-player campaign and multiplayer modes are a step in the right direction, but it still has some work to do to make joining online games and voice chat less of a hassle. For more on Splatoon 2, check out a crazy hard round of Salmon Run and a tense ranked battle of Tower Control.